In the world of bodybuilding, there aren't many names that have left their mark for the generations to follow. However, Flex Wheeler is a name that will probably never die long after his prime time. He's still a source of inspiration for many emerging bodybuilders. So, before diving into the video, please subscribe and stay tuned with Muscle Talk Motivation. Now, let's see how the legend earned his status and what he's up to these days. Flex Wheeler is widely regarded as one of the bodybuilding world's most admired IFBB pros. He is also a frequent pro show winner. Despite his achievement, the former champ life has been a roller coaster ride. Flex was born and raised in the California city of Fresno and grew up in a low-income family. He failed in school academics, but always excelled in athletics. He is admitted to struggling with major depression at various points in his past. Growing up, he had a very tough time. Flex was a victim of child abuse and even had suicidal tendencies as a youngster. Being abused in his childhood led to some serious insecurities in his life.
So I was really backwards. When I got called out first, I would be embarrassed because I'm like, I don't belong here. But I didn't want to show that to everybody, so I would grin and go like this, yeah. And I'm like, this is what I would be doing. Yeah, let's go. And this sounds really crazy, but only people who are insecure can understand what I mean. I would walk through a door, and I guess I wouldn't center myself enough, and I'd ram my shoulder. Because when I looked in the mirror, I seen imperfection everywhere.
Nonetheless, struggling somewhere along the road, he discovered kickboxing and subsequently bodybuilding, which helped him rebuild his self-esteem. Flex Wheeler trained in martial arts as a teenager before beginning his bodybuilding career. He became a professional taekwondo player as a result of his considerable effort and hard work. His bodybuilding career followed, although the site attributes his flexibility to his martial art training. Flex also worked as a police officer for a short period of time before leaving to pursue his passion for bodybuilding. Wheeler's flexibility, which include the ability to execute a complete split, earned him the nickname Flex. While Flex had a reputation for being arrogant and egotistic, he said that this was due to a need to compensate for his introversion and insecurity as a kid and young man.
It was very, very hard to get close to you and back in that time. Very hard. I experienced that myself. I remember you probably don't even remember, the first time I saw you, I couldn't even believe I'm looking at you. I'm like, hey, Flex. You just did like.
Was it in the gym? Gold's Gym?
Yes, Gold's Gym.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I would consider me very arrogant and full of myself. It was a facade because I didn't believe in myself. So I would go on stage and walk on like, yeah, let's go. But I'd really be talking to myself like, come on, don't F up.
In fact, he's a four-time Arnold Classic champion, with his most recent victory coming in 2000. So, he won Arnold Classic in 1993, 1997, 1998 and 2000. He also participated in the Mr. Olympia competition multiple times. Although he never won the title, Flex participated in Mr. Olympia in 1993, but he was unable to defeat Torian Yates. He also competed in the Mr. Olympia contest in 1998 and 1999. However, he didn't win. Flex, on the other hand, is still regarded as one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, with his remarkable symmetry, catapulting the sport to new heights in the 1990s. In 1994, was caught in an almost life-ending car accident which could have paralyzed him for the rest of his life. After dropping into depression, he began to train from the ground up, quickly returning to the top rank of bodybuilding. Flex made a successful comeback to the bodybuilding scene after months of recovery, finishing second at the Mr. Olympia in 1998 and 1999 following Ronnie Coleman.
The certificates, the 2 silver medals will be presented to Flex Wheeler.
In 1999, Flex was diagnosed with kidney disease, and Flex stated that the disease was inherited. So in 1999, around the time he finished second in Mr. Olympia, he stated he observed things worsening when after each tournament he would gain 13 to 14 pounds heavier, with severe swelling in his hands and feet, and even his genitals. According to him, the physician made assumptions based on his physical appearance, which resulted in them not doing the necessary testing and diagnosis. They ultimately performed a biopsy and discovered that he had focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, one of the most lethal kidney disorders. Flex tried to compete again after that, despite the large doses of medicine he was required to take. Flex retired from professional bodybuilding in 2000 after winning Arnold Classic, but he continued to compete until 2003 before he underwent a kidney transplant. The kidney troubles had progressed to the point that he could have died from kidney failure. After all this suffering, Flex Wheeler made a crazy comeback at the age of 51 in 2017 Mr. Olympia, competing in the classic physique division, but he only managed to place 15th place. But unfortunately, the kidney problem has caused a blockage in his arteries and stopped the blood flow to his legs. Flex had no choice but to have part of his right leg amputated after undergoing treatment after treatment. In fact, by the time he had to have the surgery performed, he had almost lost more than that. His career has finished and he had lost everything he had earned, but he didn't give up. Despite going through difficult times in his life, Flex has been able to overcome them to a considerable extent by fighting through them. He now lives with his own family and reflects on the achievements he accomplished during his career, while continuing to be an inspiration for people to follow. His gentle words can encourage anyone to reaching a higher level. People think that all this might be depression for him, but Flex is feeling lucky and the happiest he has ever been, despite having had a portion of his right leg amputated. Wheeler's bodybuilding days are over, but his mission today is much more vital, and the world should be grateful he is still alive. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share your comment in the comment section below. See you in the next video.